Hi, everybody. It's Jared Siebert here for a special edition of the Seabass Travelcast. I'm actually not traveling today. I'm here in the city of Saskatoon in my home, and I thought it would be a good idea to talk to Dan Sheffield about his recent trip to visit some of our missionaries in Niamey, Niger. So, Dan, what's been going on this week?
Well, it just so happens that I've just returned from a ministry visit with our missionaries in the country of Niger, actually in the capital city, Niamey, which some people may have noticed that Niamey was in the news kind of over the last week or so. And it was the site of some lootings and burnings. By people in the city of Niamey in response to those Charlie Hebdo cartoons in France.
Wow, so you were right in the thick of it. What was your experience there?
Well, it just so happened that on Saturday, when all this was going down in Niamey, I had gone out early with some of our friends there and was coming back through the city when we came upon probably about 100 yards ahead of us, large pile of billowing black smoke. Rubber tires had been set on fire, and we saw some police and we saw some crowds marching along the street. And our driver kind of said, there's something going on here. We better turn around. And so we were on kind of like a 4-lane street through the center of the city. We just kind of turned the car around over the median and went back, and what would have been a 20-minute ride home took us about an hour or more as we sort of evaded locations throughout the city where burnings and crowds were moving through the streets. And so other than that sort of spot right there, we were never again at any close to any of the action, although we could see it in various places because of the black smoke rising above the buildings.
This story wasn't just you and Peter driving around in a car evading black smoke. This actually had an impact on our missionaries there. What happened?
Well, all told, we understand that about 47 churches in Niamey. Niamey is a city of about 1 million people. About 47 churches were actually looted and burnt, including our own. We have one congregation there and another church plant underway, but our one established church actually was looted and burnt. And the pastor's family is there, their home is there, as well as the church building. And they were able to get away from the house before the crowd came around their place. But their property was looted and damaged and burned. Our missionaries there, they were not in any danger, and their home was fine. It was kind of locations where Christian church services had happened. That was what was targeted.
It's interesting you say they weren't in danger because the headline certainly made it sound like every Christian in the city was in danger. So can you tell us what was actually going on behind the headlines?
Yeah, because obviously, just looking back, obviously what was targeted was actually facilities rather than people.
Yeah, and you were mentioning earlier that the pastor and his family actually sought refuge with their Muslim neighbors. Tell us what happened there.
Yeah, that was a pretty interesting thing. When they found out that this crowd was coming to their area of the city, the pastor's wife and a couple of other women in their household moved to a neighbor's home who was a friend who is a Muslim, and they actually sheltered them throughout the rest of the day in their home while this crowd of other people calling themselves Muslims did the destruction. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting scenario there.
So what is the future of our ministry there in Niger?
Well, Niger, although it's a Muslim country, has had a pretty open policy of basically allowing freedom of religion uh, compared to, say, some other countries that are majority Muslim. And that's been a unique thing about Niger and a number of other Muslim countries in West Africa, that there's been freedom of expression, and Christians have been allowed to worship, and Muslims to convert to Christianity if they so chose. But so this was an aberration. This was something new that had never been experienced before in this country at all. And so that's the challenge, is knowing what might happen in the future. Was this just an aberration and things will go back to the way it was, or will this be sort of the new normal in Niger? And that's an unknown now.
So I know a question a lot of us want to ask is what can we do to help?
We really want to find ways to help that fit with the needs of the folks there. Are they going to be worshiping, in the next few weeks in that church building? We don't know. It's if the pastor's going to rebuild that home, it's going to take several months for sort of just rebuilding of the house before they could even start to move stuff in there. So there are resources available, and they have a church congregation that is wanting to help their pastor and their church, and so there will be ways that here in Canada we could help there, but we also don't want to sort of dump a bunch of foreign aid from the West into the midst of this situation that could be perceived negatively as well. So we'll have to have a clearer idea in the weeks to come about what types of help would be most useful. So,
all right, Dan, thanks for meeting with us today and telling us a little bit about what's going on. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Jared.